the specific concentration I work with is what we call the inner school. It used to be called the esoteric school, but people felt that's a little too off-putting. So we use the word inner school. It's learning to look within to find the answers to your own problems, your own seeking. And that inner school requires a certain dedication, discipline, of course, self-discipline, learning to turn within, to ask yourself questions. What do I believe in? Why do I believe it? Is it true? Could it actually be something different? You know, I like to often say the modern mantra could be "what if?" See, what if the way I think actually is mistaken? What if what I'm seeing in the world, you know, objectively, is actually only one kind of reality? See? So that's the first thing, is be able to question oneself, one's thinking, and one goes through a process of unlearning. In other words, starting to strip back the ways you used to think, the things you used to believe about yourself, about life, and about other people. And as such, what's happening is you're beginning to clear the mind, what I call the conscious mind. And that conscious mind acts as a kind of veil or cover over something much deeper in you, which comes from what we call our soul, where we feel our soul through what we call the heart, not the physical heart, but it's a kind of, so you say, subtle spiritual organ of being. That when we say I, actually we can point to this part. You see, we don't point to the physical heart. And so that's the center of knowing, really. When you know something's true and you can't deny it, yeah, it's important to listen to that. And so that's what the inner school trains us to do. We don't tell you what to do or what to believe. There's no dogma. But what we do is we help you with what you're experiencing. And we help you to pursue what you're experiencing in the inner world. So through dreams, through your meditations, your reflections, and particularly in the struggles that you have in everyday life. Those problems that you have are like key turning points for you. That when you attend to them and you begin to resolve them or find a relationship with them, then suddenly something starts to open up within you. And that's what we mean by the inner life, you see. So a lot of our problems are based on the way we see our problems. The problems that we have in life are not the real issue. Like we don't have enough money, there's somebody who's bullying us at work, we're having a quarrel with our family or relatives. That is not the main problem. The problem is the way we're seeing it and the way we're relating to it. Very often we react to it defensively, and that makes it worse. Whereas when we begin to look at, you know, what am I really afraid of? Am I afraid of speaking the truth? Am I afraid of being independent? Am I afraid of being by myself? You know, am I afraid of poverty? What does it make me hold on to the little money that I have? You know, so whereas the richness in us and the truth in us lies within you. See, and when you have that direct experience, which is a spiritual experience, that is the answer to your problem. The problem that you perceive in your life objectively as the problem is not the problem. The problem is the way you're seeing it, the way you're looking at it. That is the problem.